With so many celebrities looking alike, sometimes fans and even interviewers slip up, resulting in some awkward interactions. When you're hosting a big show, mixing up names can be awkward, but calling the UFC CEO Joe Rogan an hour into the interview is a whole new level of discomfort.
What's Joe Rogan's dream?
What's Joe Rogan's dream?
Joe Rogan, Dana White. What's Dana White's dream?
Did you just think I was Joe Rogan?
I totally did.
She just called me Joe Rogan. You thought I was Joe Rogan?
To be fair, they're both bald and work for the UFC, and she did call him Joe earlier in the interview too.
Thanks, Joe.
Now, if people...
While Emma Watson and Emma Stone usually get their names mixed up, this time Emma was the one getting Jimmy Fallon and Kimmel mixed up when she went on The Tonight Show for the first time.
I didn't even start the interview.
Yeah.
I just dove straight in there with, I love that Halloween candy thing that you do.
And I said...
And there was just silence.
I said, the Halloween candy thing, is that right?
And you were like, the candy corn thing?
You go, when you get kids, you trick them, and I go, that's Jimmy Kimmel.
At least she realized before they were on air. Okay, probably the strangest one here. Messi accidentally confused Mbappe with his wife when he got the seating arrangement mixed up, and almost tried kissing him when he was announced as the award winner. But hey, what happens in Paris stays in Paris, unless someone's filming it. Lindsay Lohan was not happy at all when a paparazzi thought she was Hilary Duff.
Hillary Duff? No, not Hillary Duff. Sorry, you just pushed kind of the wrong button.
To be fair, the paparazzi had one job. Gordon Ramsay couldn't believe his eyes when he was surprised by his lookalike on a cook-along live program. And for a second, he mistook him for himself.
Kent, why are you cooking along? Oh! Hello, Gordon. Right. Gordon!
Gordon, I need help, mate. I need help.
You need help?
I need help with my cooking. Yeah, I do. I cooked once for my ex-girlfriend. And boy, that's the story, basically. She's my ex, so please help me. I want to learn from the best, Gordon.
He was so stunned he didn't even drop an F-bomb, which is a first. Graham Norton couldn't resist bringing Bryce Dallas Howard on after having Jessica Chastain just to confirm they weren't in fact the same person. But the wildest part is that Bryce revealed that people were already mixing them up back before they were famous, when they both lived in New York.
I went to school in New York. I went to NYU, and Jess went to school in New York as well. She went to Juilliard. First time it happened, I went into a Starbucks, and I went up to the cashier and I went to order something, and he was like, "No, Jess, your drink's over there." And I was like, "Oh no, I haven't ordered yet." And he was like, "What are you?"
That's so Jess.
And I just remember being kind of like, it was like a little unnerving because he was so certain that we were the same person.
They did eventually meet, and thankfully their different haircuts saved everyone from an identity crisis. Margot Robbie has not one but two lookalikes, Jamie Presley and Emma Mackey. It got so wild that Margot was dining at a restaurant in LA when someone walked up to her, assuming she was Emma from Sex Education.
Someone came up a few weeks ago. I was eating a burger at Apple Pen, and they were like, "Oh, I loved you in Sex Education. That show is so cool. We just started watching it." And I was like, "Oh, I'm so sorry. It's not me. It wasn't me."
To be fair, we've never seen them in the same room together live. Will Ferrell and Chad Smith look so much alike that fans started shouting Will Ferrell at Chad's shows. And let's just say he wasn't exactly loving it.
Will Ferrell!
Shut up!
The best part is that when he yelled "shut up," he sounded even more like Ferrell. Okay, I really don't get why fans confuse these two, but apparently Mark Wahlberg and Matt Damon get mistaken for each other all the time.
And the other thing is people call me, they always say they love me in the Bourne Identity. When I'm saying, and I just say thank you.
No, they don't. Are you serious?
Oh, yeah, and Matt always gets it all the time too. He says
really?
They always say, talk about I Loved You in Ted or one of these other movies that I've done. And we just kind of laugh it off. And I never correct anybody.
You don't correct.
I just say thank you very much. Got another one.
Okay, maybe not literally mistaken by someone else, but Conor McGregor claims he gets mistaken by a celebrity all the time.
Fame and celebrity, there's pitfalls for it, but I am no celebrity. People mistake me for a celebrity. I break people's faces for money and bounce. That's what I do. So Saturday night, I'm gonna do it again.
Okay, this one is the other way around. Before he was president, Donald Trump confused a reporter with someone from Telemundo in a very awkward interview. The reporter was from the Ukraine and had absolutely zero connection to Telemundo, but he went along with it anyway.
Oh, Robin, I need you to Telemundo. Oh, you
happy
better
late
play.
birthday. Happy late.
We are your highest rated show. You know that.
Yes.
Miss Universe is your highest rated show.
And we are from Ukraine and Russia. Your Russia will host, actually.
Well, we are actually going to Moscow.
Yes, are you excited?
On November 9th. Telemundo will be with us, right?
Mm-hmm.
You better be with us.
Eventually, the reporter's cover was blown when he finally checked the microphone logo.
Oh, you're not Telemundo.
No, I mean, have you ever...
Bruce Willis's body double looks so much like him that even Bruce's own friends have mixed them up on the red carpet. He's also constantly stopped for pictures whenever he steps outside. But the wildest part is he once did an ad as Bruce, because the real Bruce was too busy filming a movie, and no one really noticed. An interviewer knew his job was on the line when he kicked off his chat with Samuel L. Jackson by congratulating him for his Super Bowl ad, immediately triggering Jackson to realize the reporter thought he was Lawrence Fishburne.
Super Bowl commercial, did you get a lot of reaction to that Super Bowl commercial?
What Super Bowl commercial?
Oh, you know what? I've been my mistake. You know what?
See, you're as crazy as the people on Twitter.
Right.
I'm not Lawrence Fishburne.
That's my fault. I know that. That was my fault. My mistake. You know what?
We don't all look alike.
Floggy, you're exactly
We may be all black and famous,
you
but
are
we all don't look
guilty.
alike.
I am guilty.
Next question.
I am guilty.
He thought you were Bob
Dylan. Right. That's right.
You're the entertainment reporter.
I know.
You're the entertainment reporter for this station.
Flog.
And you don't know the difference between me and Lawrence Fishburne?
My mistake. My mistake. I apologize. Really, my big mistake. Let's talk about.
That must be a very short line for your job.
Let's talk about RoboCop.
Jackson wasn't about to let this slide, making sure this reporter would never mix up the two again. Ever.
Let's talk about RoboCop.
Oh, hell no. Really? Really?
I apologize.
I'm the other guy. I'm the other guy.
Okay, I don't blame any fan that gets these two confused. Keira Knightley has a striking resemblance to Natalie Portman, to the point that in the 1999 Star Wars, she played her double.
This is my decoy, my protection, my loyal bodyguard.
David Letterman went on the defense of Taylor Swift when she was getting a lot of hate for dating Travis Kelce and shifting attention from football to her. But midway through his speech, it was clear something wasn't right.
And she starts dating Kelsey Grammer. And people
No, that's not true.
What?
Kelsey Grammer?
Yes.
Yeah.
And a footballer in here with Kelsey Grammer, and I'm saying, huh?
Travis Kelce.
Right, Travis Kelce.
Okay, maybe the yelling was a bit much, but he was mixing up his facts. Okay, maybe Khloe Kardashian went a little far with this one. But after this interaction with the paparazzi, she took it to Instagram to send a message to them, sarcastically saying how she understood they were identical twins, and specifically calling out the one who screamed Kourtney Kardashian as she walked by. Then she went all out with a slideshow to list all the differences between them, just in case there was any confusion left. When you get confused for another celebrity so many times, you learn to just roll with it. At least that's Lawrence Fishburne's mindset.
Woman from Texas came up and interrupted the interview, and I don't mean to bother you, but can I have your autograph, Mr. Jackson? And so I gave her, I wrote, blah, 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 Sam Jackson.
Yeah. DaBaby was immediately suspicious when a fan walked up to him with a camera.
I listen to all your music.
What's your favorite song?
You did the box, right?
Well, either Roddy Ricch has gone through a major transformation, or this wasn't really a fan. At a German awards show, Ryan Gosling went to accept his award for La La Land, but they sent a decoy that fooled the producers and some celebrities in the audience.
Good evening! I'm Ryan Gosling.
Ich bin Ryan Gosling.
I'm dedicated to...
Thandi Newton had a chat with Victoria Beckham, who asked about her pregnancy, only for Thandi to realize Victoria thought she was Zoe Saldana.
Victoria Beckham, who I've met a few times, okay? And we're in Soul Cycle in LA. And she's, she made a comment about, oh, it's so great that you're coming to Soul Cycle even though you're, pregnant. And I said, oh, no, I had the baby actually just a few months ago, thinking, oh, God, I obviously look rubbish. And then after a few more minutes of chatting, I realised that she thought I was somebody else. And I said, Vic, do you think that I'm Zoe Saldana? And she was absolutely mortified.
To be fair with those two, I'd probably mix them up too. Theo James was very confused why so many paparazzi were taking pictures of him, since he didn't think he was that famous, until he had an epiphany.
I remember I came out of the hotel, you know, my first days here, and TMZ were following me.
Wow.
And I was like, oh, fame's hit me pretty quickly, eh? They're on a bike and they're like, hey! After a while I was like, you realize I'm not one of the Franco brothers? And they were like, oh, sorry, man. Okay, see you later.
Coco Jones went to the Jennifer Hudson show, and well, she kinda got to interview herself at that point.
I get that so often that honestly, at this point, I just play into it. I'm like, and I love you. I'm like, that's me. Yes.
With the Kardashians being some of the most recognizable faces in the world, it's no surprise people spot them. But figuring out which one is which can be a different story. And it doesn't help when they sometimes look almost identical, like when Kendall's photo shoot had her looking exactly like her mom. And that wasn't the only mix-up. Kendall also had fans doing a double take when she looked just like Khloe in a selfie. And even Kim Kardashian has been mistaken for Kanye West's new wife, Bianca Censori. Tom Hardy and Logan Marshall Green have been confusing people since the late 90s, with Logan revealing that every time he steps on a red carpet, photographers mistake him for Tom Hardy.